Welcome back, guys. Back in the garage. Working on something a little bit different today, but still car related. What we're working on today is this carbon fiber intake. So this needs a little bit of finishing work, some sanding. This is kind of how I received it. It's got some issues here and there, but nothing that we cannot sand and fix and maybe recover possibly. We'll see. But we need to get to sanding first to make sure it looks good. So let's grab the sander. Let's get to it. So what we need to do is get all the high spots sanded down. You can see that there's some drips and runs in this thing. This was a race part, so it wasn't anything that was meant to be pretty. It was meant to be functional. So as you can see, it's fiberglass on the inside and then carbon fiber on the outside. So we just need to sand it down and get it smooth enough that we can, I believe we're going to put another coat of resin on top of this before we sand and let it actually like fully dry, and then we'll re-sand it again and then we'll clear coat it. So our next step is we need to grab some wet sandpaper because this thing's not 100% perfect. As you can see, this thing mounts like this, so this lower area is missing carbon fiber. It's been resined over before, but it's missing carbon fiber in places, so this thing's not 100%. Like I said before, it's a race part, so it's been beat up, it's been put in. It's gonna do its job and not look the best, but as you can see on the top, if we get this wet, carbon fiber does have good, I guess, coloring in weave. You can see some discoloration in it. There's some yellow here. It gets kind of clear down here where I've sanded more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sand as much as I can to get this lighter black gray carbon fiber and less of this oxidized carbon fiber. Down on the sides it's not as bad. You can kind of see when I get this wet down over here that it looks that, you know, black gray carbon fiber. So we're gonna keep wet sanding. Right now we're using 800 grit, and we'll get this down, and then what I'm gonna do is around this edge, it was painted black before, and what we'll do is we'll tape this off and we'll paint this black again along the edge, and then get this kind of cleaned up enough that we can clear coat it. It's got some imperfections, it's got some divots and dings that I'm not going to be able to actually get out unless I recoat this in resin, which I'm not going to do. But it's good enough for if someone wants to use this for a race part, or if they want to take it off and actually sand it really far down and then resin it and get it looking 100% perfect. But this would be a cool part for somebody to redo if they wanted to. So let's keep sanding. So another round of sanding, and we're doing 400 grit now, trying to get this all smoothed down pretty good. It's looking pretty decent. So let's just keep sanding more and more and more. Okay, so we're done sanding for right now. We have our frame taped off. So this is kind of where the filter sits on. And we're gonna paint this black. Well, we were. I thought we were. Maybe not. There we go. Yeah, we are. So we're gonna touch up this and paint this black. just along the edges and right on the inside, just to clean this up and give this a pretty clean little look here. So just a couple coats of black and it should be done. So, why we let that dry before we hit it with a second coat, we gotta let that dry, then we'll untape it, and then we will set this up to spray clear coat on it. And I'm gonna figure out how to do that without it actually touching like the ground and every point. So I'm gonna figure that out so we can string it and paint it. So we are painted black. I have wiped down the whole exterior with acetone, take all my fingerprints and oils off, so when we spray our clear coat, it actually looks good and actually sticks. So let's start spraying. Well, we gotta let that dry first. Then we can start spraying our first coat of clear coat. Let's do it. Well, let's clear coat. Light coat to start with, and then we'll work up to heavier coat, because we just want to get a tack coat down. So guys, as you can see, we have one of our last coats of clear on it. It is looking good. A lot better than what it was looking like. So somebody can get it and do a little bit more work on it, or they can literally get it and put it in and it's gonna look decent on a race car. I wouldn't do it on a show car, but a race car daily driver is gonna be perfect. So that is it for this video, guys. Granted, we haven't worked on this. We had Chandler's birthday, had a few other things, but the battery is hooked up. You heard us bump it. I just need to finish up a few things on the engine bay, and then we're gonna try to start it. So next video, I swear guys, we're gonna start this, at least hear it run for a second before we actually get into finishing up like cooling system, alternator, belt, all that crap. So yeah, so that's where we're at on that. That's finished, so we can actually list that and sell it. Getting back on this, now that Chandler's birthday's over, we can focus and actually get back to our Wednesdays and get this thing done. But thanks for watching this video, guys. I know it was a little bit shorter, but we did car stuff. So like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. I'll see you guys next video.